Hi there guys, and welcome to the Red and Blue Site YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, Red and Blue Site is my personal blog site that I've been doing at uni, and it covers most things Crystal Palace, but with a bit of Premier League in there as well. And the same is rolling over onto the YouTube channel. It is going to be all about my beloved Crystal Palace, and also we're going to include quite a bit of Premier League stuff in there as well, such as match reports, transfer news, especially as we're in the summer now, reviews or player reviews, things like that. So please drop by guys, I hope you all enjoy it, and without further ado, let's get into the first video. Now, where should we start on this channel other than, I think, looking at the player of the year for my beloved Crystal Palace. Now, it's been an up and down season ready for us, and I've decided to narrow the selection of players down to 3 players. Now, obviously that means I've left out a few players that probably would have got into the nominees for the actual awards. In fact, I'm sure there are players that did that I've left out. But sorry guys, I've decided to leave it to 3 just for the length of this video. So, the 3 nominees for my Crystal Palace Player of the Year awards go to Scott Dan, Wilfried Zaha and Johan Cabaye. Now guys, these 3 players for me have shown the most consistency over the year. They've shown a lot of class at times, they've shown great goal scoring ability, great vision, a bunch of these things, and together that is why I've picked these 3 as the nominees. Honourable mentions, I could have picked obviously Jason Puncheon, absolutely incredible end to the season, 2 of the most important goals in our history, of course against Norwich, that winning goal, and in the FA Cup final against Manchester United, where I felt, and I'm sure other Crystal Palace fans felt, that that was really it, that was the moment we would win the FA Cup. But it didn't happen, but you know, that alone would probably get him into many people's nominations. Not only that, but probably win him the Player of the Year for their Player of the Year awards. But for me, I've decided to leave him out, which is so tough, because like I said, I've only left it down to 3 nominees, and I decided to replace him with Johan Cabaye. Let's start then guys at the back. All good teams start at the back, and well, where would we be at the end of the season without Scott Dan? Many Palace fans would probably agree we'd be relegated without him. Absolute rock, absolute legend already at the club. He's won 2 Player of the Year awards already, and it's really no surprise that he's done that. He's been so solid, the way he takes the ball and just plays out. You know, John Stones, you can learn a few things watching Scott Dan. You know, and I'm sure Palace fans will agree, how he's not had an England call-up is absolutely ridiculous when you look at how our defence has struggled over the past few major tournaments, especially the World Cup in Brazil. So yeah, Scott Dan, absolutely incredible. Not only that, 5 goals for a centre-back, absolute great goal scoring ability, and +1 assist as well in the league. Absolute legend, Scott Dan, without a doubt one of my favourite players in the Palace team right now, and that is why he's a nominee for Player of the Year. Okay, so moving on now, we go into the midfield where our other 2 nominees lie. First of all, let's go for Johan Cabaye. Now, Johan Cabaye, of course, we bought him from Paris Saint-Germain in the summer, probably our best signing one of the best signings in our history, to be honest. Theo Lombardo is another player who you could compare to Johan Cabaye from the earlier days. He's just before my time, Lombardo. I was born around when he was at the club, so yeah, didn't see too much of him, but I have written a blog about Lombardo and the signing of Johan Cabaye, plus some other summer signings from the way back in the start of this 2015-16 Premier League season. Go and check that out in the description below. I've left it to my blog site. Anyway, moving on, Cabaye. Again, absolutely fantastic signing. We saw at the start of the season how brilliant he would be to our club. The way he holds the midfield, brings the ball out of defence to the attack, and he just picks passes. The vision he has is incredible, and we could definitely see that up to Christmas, when of course after Christmas we went on a bit of a bad run's an understatement, but we went on a bad run and we didn't really see much of what he did at the start of the season in that latter half, which was a shame, but without a doubt he's still there in my nominees. He's got 5 goals this season, absolutely great, that's what we want from him. Bearing in mind most of those were from the penalty spot, still doesn't matter, most of those he actually created himself, which was fantastic. Right from the start of the season we saw that great finish against Norwich, away at Norwich. I was there, I don't know if any of you were, leave a comment below if you were. And yeah, so from then on you could see what kind of player he would be to our team. Absolute perfect vision. That cross he went to Balassi in the home game against West Brom. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was a cracking cross right to the back post. Balassi headed it in and we broke the deadlock there. That was a crucial 3 points at the start of the season. And from then on he's never looked back. Some great assists as well. I think it's 4 assists his tally is up to for the season. He probably would have wanted some more goals and assists, a couple more maybe. But yeah, he's just been an absolute star and it looks like we could be able to keep him for the next season. Now moving on to our third and final nominee, it is of course one of our own, Wilfried Zaha. Now for me, watching him coming up through the ranks in that 2012-13 season was absolutely phenomenal. Some of the skills he did in that season, without a doubt, best I've ever seen. And this isn't just Palace bias now. Guys, go back and watch some of his skills from the 2012-13 season, the year we got promoted. I've not seen likes of Ronaldo do that, likes of Messi, and you know, that's saying something. And he's still now just about getting to the stage, I think, this season where we've seen he's learning how to use the skills at the right time, how to pick out a pass. He's doing it more often. That was his one flaw, was getting the ball across, you know, doing too much skills maybe for the Premier League, getting sussed out, and then the delivery was not good enough. And I think United didn't do him too many favours there. But coming back to this season, absolutely fantastic. I've repeated this about all the nominees, but these 3 players have really stood out for me, as well as Jason Punch and a number of others. But Wilfried Zaha, first of all, most take-ons succeeded in Europe. Now, more than Neymar, more than Messi, more than Ronaldo. Now, just get that wrapped around your head. He's had the most successful take-ons in Europe over the whole season, and he's not in the England squad. Another why isn't he? West Ham fans will be complaining obviously about Mikel Antonio, Mark Noble, and I absolutely agree. But then when you look at the actual amount of chances that Zaha creates, how's he not in the mix as well? Anyway, so focusing on Zaha, most successful take-ons in Europe, that stat alone means he should be right up there for the nominees for the player of the season. And also he's had a number of assists now. Not as many as he would have wanted this season, but he's still, you know, cracking in those assists. He's learning, he's definitely learning. We can see it happening from a Palace perspective. His pace with him and Balassi down both flanks has caused people terror. And of course, when he led the line during the Christmas season, when of course we had Balassi injured, we had Wickham injured, we had just him, Chung Yong Lee, and I think even Dwight Gale's injury. We had Fraser Campbell as well leading the line. The fact that he was our only first 11 attacker still in the side for that month and a bit, and he led the line absolutely superbly. I think without him leading the line there, we would have definitely fallen away a lot more than we had this season, and maybe even got relegated. That's the sort of effect that he had on the side during that Christmas period, and that alone I think gets him the right to be a nominee. Okay guys, so there are my nominees. Obviously there will be a few that some people disagree with. Most people probably, I think, agree with the ones I picked, but obviously there will be some that people disagree. Please leave in the comments below who you think should deserve the Player of the Season awards or should be a nominee. I would absolutely love to hear that from you. But now we move on to who I believe deserved to win the Player of the Season award, and it really came down between Scott Dann and Wilfried Zaha for me. Both been fantastic. Scott Dann, this would be his 3rd year in a row winning it. Wilf, this would be his first time winning it since the get promoted in 2012-13. And for me, I've gone with our boy Wilfried Zaha. Like I said guys earlier in the season, when around the Christmas period I had so many injuries, it was actually ridiculous. He led the line fantastically, and he's really shown he's improved this year. And some of the skills, most successful tackles in Europe, I just can't get over that stat to be honest. And yeah, I'll be looking maybe at not this summer but next summer. There could be a few cheeky bids coming in from other clubs if he continues on this rise. So that's my Player of the Year, Player of the Season, whatever you want to call it, awards. Like I said guys, leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the video, or if you thought that there were any other players that you should have nominated or given the award to. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Coming up next, we'll have some BPL videos, transfer videos, things like that. And thanks a lot guys for your support. So Wilfried Zaha, Crystal Palace Player of the Season 2015-16 season from Red and Blue site. Thanks a lot guys, we'll see you later.